MI6 of the UK says that if NATO attacks, Russia will destroy all its satellites. Russian page comments on British predictions that Moscow will destroy all NATO satellites over Ukraine. An electromagnetic bomb is enough. An EMP pulse. According to sources in the political arena, the British Secret Intelligence Service MI6 received information about discussions in the Kremlin which focus on the need to destroy Western satellites over Ukraine. British spies suggest that Ukraine's armed forces prepare for such a scenario and start using additional communication systems in the Ukrainian army. Russian website SV Press said in an article commenting on the MI6 reports. The British probably believe that Moscow was enraged after the HIMARS attack on a building in Makeyevka. Russian media considers the NATO involvement is more direct than ever and typically report that the armed forces of Ukraine did not take part in that event at all. Russian website SV Pressa reports that NATO satellites discovered the location of Russian troops while NATO weapons were used in that event. The best, the Ukrainians only pressed the HIMARS cockpit button, but even that is not certain, reads the page's article. For the Russians, it is no coincidence that the Western media touts the Ukraine armed forces as the army that can stop the Russians. Newer Russian data indicate that in the areas where there are actual Ukrainian soldiers, the situation is not at all favorable for them. Ukrainian armed forces are being forced to leave Soledar as pressure has increased, and there's a risk of continued pressure by the Russian armed forces in the direction of Donetsk due to the fact that the ground has begun to freeze already, making a larger scale attack possible. The Ukrainians brought HIMARS systems and additional reserve artillery to stop the Russian advance. January will be hot, they said. Now, what about the satellites? The Russians confidently state that even the all-Ukrainian military groups depend solely on intelligence and reconnaissance data collected by NATO satellites, which detect Russian targets. If there's a military conflict between the Russian Federation and NATO, then our troops, according to Western forecasts, will first destroy the entire space team of the alliance, Russia said. Finally, the page suggests that this is not difficult to achieve. An electromagnetic pulse detonation in orbit is enough to render all U.S. precision weapons useless with the following consequences, they said. This is from Pentapostagma. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box.